Ripples beneath the surface. David decided to comply, at least on paper. For the next few mornings, he sat on his deck with a mug of dark roast and sunny by his feet, the fishing pole left inside. The lake looked different now. Still calm, still beautiful, but it didn't feel his anymore. He wasn't sure it ever had. It bothered him more than he expected. Not just the fine, not even the accusation. What unsettled him most was the quiet certainty with which they assumed they could tell him no. Not explain, not warn, just penalize and expect obedience. He started doing what he'd always done when something didn't sit right. He read. That afternoon, he combed through the HOA handbook, tucked away in a kitchen drawer since move-in day. 34 pages of rules and clauses. Grass must not exceed 2.5 inches. Exterior paint colors must fall within the approved natural tones. Holiday decorations allowed no earlier than November 15th. And buried on page 27, use of the lake and surrounding areas is restricted to HOA-sanctioned activities or use by residents possessing a valid access permit. David had never heard of such a permit. He'd certainly never been offered one. The next HOA meeting was 2 days away. He circled the date and decided he would attend. Not to argue, yet, but to observe. The meeting was held in the community clubhouse, a pale stucco building styled like a suburban Tuscan villa. Inside, it smelled like air freshener and stale coffee. Rows of neatly arranged folding chairs faced a raised table where the HOA board members sat like a panel of judges. David took a seat in the back, notebook in hand. At the center of the board sat Bradley Weston, the HOA president, clean-shaven, square-jawed, and perpetually dressed like he was headed to court, which made sense since he was a real estate lawyer by profession. His voice was smooth, firm, and dismissive in the way only practiced authority can be. Next order of business, Bradley said, is the reminder about lake usage. We've had several complaints about unregulated fishing. David raised an eyebrow. He was fairly certain he was the several complaints. Bradley continued. As always, permits must be requested through the proper channels. The rules apply to everyone. David's hand went up. I'd like to request one. A permit. Bradley looked over his reading glasses. Your name? David Carter. Willow Court, Lot 8. Bradley gave a thin smile. Mr. Carter, your fine was processed last week, correct?